All right, I cut power and I unplugged it about 25 minutes ago. Okay, it's in a state of self-oscillation where the output is coming back into the input. And it's charging the caps. Oh, that big blue one, which is feeding back into the circuit with no input power. The function generator is triggering the gate. Okay, so I'm not counting the function generator. I don't allow comments on my video because I don't want to hear it. Okay. 25 minutes, peak to peak, measuring the input of the transformer, the primary, how much voltage is entering the input. Now, remember, I'm using a Mosfet, which is single polarity. Okay, just with direct current triggering the Mosfet gate. I have the function generator set up so I get alternating current, two polarity from a single polarity. That makes my input next to nothing. Like, it doesn't even register on my fluke as any amperage coming from the supply when it's on. Okay, once it gets going, it's running off the cap that was charged when the power supply was on. Now, again, it's been 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and it's still running off the cap. Watch the voltage. You see peak to peak, 23.2, 3, 6, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, 5, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2. And watch the waves, how it's going up and down, because the output from the bridge rectifier is charging the cap just about enough to sustain it. And it's in a state of oscillation where the output is just about enough to keep this sustained. 23.3, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. You see the wave bouncing a little bit as it charges that cap. Now it is very slowly draining. As you see, it's going down to 22.9 now. So eventually it should peter out, but it might take hours to peter out. I'm not sure. So this is only using one of these MOSFETs, triggering the gate with an arbitrary sine wave that I made. So the gate makes the Clement Figueroa wave, positive only biased wave going in. But because of the reactance of the coil, it's actually full alternating current. As you see, 22.9, 28, 22.8, 23.1, 22.9. As you see, it's charging itself and running from that charge, but it's not increasing voltage over the long run. It is definitely petering out very, very slowly. So, okay, I figured out a lot of stuff, how this has to operate. The next thing I got to do is get the other half of the circuit going with the other MOSFET and have two transformers, one growing as one shrinking, so I could lose the capacitor, because that thing leaks really bad. Actually, if it's doing this, If I leave this here, this thing just goes down a voltage real quick because this is about a 40-year-old capacitor and it's big. So if I could eliminate that storage and use that power that it's generating on demand to power the other side, it might sustain. I don't know. I'm going to find out. Sorry that I don't allow comments, but I had enough of people telling me retarded stuff like, oh, you calculate watts by multiplying voltage times amperage, or like the old man telling you, if you hold that hammer back, you'll get more leverage. Like, if you want to discuss and see what I'm doing, join the forum in the description. And you could post, and I'll be posting the schematic. I have many pages about this so far written and showing what I'm doing. But here we are now, 22.7, 22.5, 22.3, 4, 3. You still have that jumping wave because it's charging itself, charging an old capacitor, and then that's going in. So stay tuned. I'm going to be hooking up the other side of the circuit with a second transformer, a second bridge rectifier, and feeding it back. And we're going to see if we can mimic this with better efficiency and get this thing to sustain. All right, thank you.